What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Tuesday, December 4th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz playing the San Antonio Spurs, who are the 8th worst defense overall and give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Donovan Mitchell has scored 30, 48, and 44 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 34.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 33 minutes per game with a 31% usage rate. Donovan Mitchell is $7,900 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel. I prefer the DraftKings price, projected at 35.4 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 38 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. He's got easy 40+ point upside when he gets hot. This is a home game. I think he's got a great matchup here versus the San Antonio Spurs. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all our DFS tools for NFL, and the tools for NBA are awesome. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Bogdan Bogdanovic from the Sacramento Kings playing the Phoenix Suns, who have the 6th worst defense overall, and they're pretty good defending opposing shooting guards. But Bogdan Bogdanovic has scored 36, 41, and 30 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 25.9 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 26 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. His minutes per game are up over 30. His scoring is way over his season average. Bogdan Bogdanovic is $5,800 DraftKings salary. He's $800 more on FanDuel. Love that DraftKings price. Projected at 23.4 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 28 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. You see, he can get in the 30s and 40s. He's been on a roll. There's a 225 point implied total in this game. I think it's a good spot for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Tyreke Evans for the Indiana Pacers playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, and they're about middle of the pack defending opposing small forwards. Tyreke Evans has scored 22, 26, and 17 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 21.1 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 22 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. Tyreke Evans is $5,200 DraftKings salary, $100 more on FanDuel, projected at 28.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. It's a home game, fast-paced game versus a terrible defense. I love this spot for Tyreke Evans tonight. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's see who we have at the power forward position. I like LaMarcus Aldridge for the San Antonio Spurs playing the Utah Jazz, who are the 6th best defense overall and about middle of the pack defending opposing power forwards. LaMarcus Aldridge has scored 45, 32, and 23 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 37.8 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. LaMarcus Aldridge is $7,600 DraftKings salary. He's $400 more on FanDuel, projected at 41.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. LaMarcus Aldridge has scored 66 and 51 in his last 2 games versus Utah. So despite the bad matchup on paper, it looks like he has this team's number. I love LaMarcus Aldridge here versus the Utah Jazz. Okay, let's take a look at the center position. I like Wendell Carter Jr. for the Chicago Bulls playing the Indiana Pacers, who have the 3rd best defense overall, but they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Wendell Carter Jr. has scored 22, 43, and 19 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 27.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 26 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. He played 32 minutes last game, and Wendell Carter Jr. is only $4,800 DraftKings salary. He's $1,000 more on FanDuel. Love that DraftKings price. Projected at 25.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. He put up 34 fantasy points in his last game versus the Pacers. If he can do that again, he's going to crush value for you here tonight. I love Wendell Carter Jr. versus the Pacers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.